let's get off this road. Way too busy. Welcome to the ride on this beautiful downhill. It feels like this video is long overdue. I think it's probably been 3 or 4 weeks since I did my last ride video, and things have just been a little bit chaotic outside of cycling recently. Nothing too bad, but just enough to distract me from making videos, and I've really missed it. I love making the videos themselves, but I also really enjoy interacting with you, so I kind of wanted to put a video out and catch you up on a bit of news as well. I'm sure you're wondering what's going on here. Well, remember I had some news to tell you. I was so excited about telling you the news, and you can see it's serious news because I've taken my glasses off just to tell you. Well, I was so excited that I whipped the GoPro out of my back pocket, and the external microphone I had on the GoPro must have come dislodged. So instead of hearing me talking, all you're doing is seeing me flap my mouth around like a goldfish at feeding time. Now, I will tell you the news, but rather than looking at me, I think it's much nicer to look at some of the beautiful countryside that I get to ride in. So here's the news. When I finished the Paris to Ancaster race just this past April, I was so excited that almost as soon as I crossed the line, I started thinking about the next race that I could do. And looking on the internet, I noticed there was a Sea Otter bike festival up in Blue Mountain in July, and I'd heard about Sea Otter from various YouTubers, and I was aware that it's a festival all different disciplines of cycling, from cross-country mountain biking to downhill slalom, and they also have a road race and various different gravel races. And the one up in Blue Mountain actually has a 68-kilometer gravel race, which is just about the sort of the distance that I want to be doing at the minute. So I entered this race way back in May, and as is usual with my approach to things, I don't have a specific goal, although I would really like to finish strongly again, just like I did at Paris to Ancaster, although maybe this time to sort of put that real hard push in for maybe even the last 45 kilometers of the race. So I've looked at the profile of the race, and it looks like in the first 20 kilometers there are 2 long drags with gradients that top out at about 8% and partly gravel. Now that can mean many things. It can be that huge chunky gravel, in which case very long at 8% on that stuff, and I'd have to be off walking, I would think. Or it could be, as most of the roads are now, fairly smooth and worn gravel, in which case I should be okay. But after that first 20 kilometers, it looks like it's just a whole load of rolling ups and downs and long flats and long downhills. Alright, so apart from me getting kilometres and miles mixed up, the plan still stands, and the course does seem to get quite a bit easier towards the end, so I should be able to push on. And while I'm talking about pushing on, I should qualify that this is me talking, so me pushing on is not going to be anything like elite. In fact, to many it would probably be pretty pedestrian. If you're going, make sure you say hi, and if you're not going in person, I'll bring you along anyway, and I'll try to bring as much of the entire event and the race as I possibly can. So maybe a few of you will then be doing it next year.